What's going on YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. This is one I'm just throwing together for you guys on Friday. I do apologize. It may be really quick. It may be kind of boring. I apologize, guys. I got a call from my dad this morning. I just took off work. We've got a lot of supplies that our church has brought in at my local church about 20 minutes away. And my dad has finally got up with a contact out at Western North Carolina. These are the people that are just devastated by the tropical storm or hurricane that just came through the mountains. And epic proportion, biblical proportion, flooding, mud. They have no water. There are people trapped. Still, at the making of this video, we're being told they need ATVs up there to pull objects away so they can get to homes and locations. If you've ever been in the mountains, you know, I'm from West Virginia, from Beckley. There's hollers, you know, there's mountains where you can obviously understand how water flows down. Trees, they've showed helicopter pictures of where the trees have just like leveled, mudslides have just decimated this area. And so I want to help. I want to do my part to be the hands and the feet of the Father. And so I'm going with my dad here. He called me early this morning. I'm still waiting, which brings me to the lawn care portion of this video. I will try to film some of that. As you guys know, I hate filming my work in lawn care. Therefore, I don't want to put a camera in people's faces if I happen to stumble upon that in Western North Carolina. So stay tuned. If that develops in this video, I'll show you some Western North Carolina footage in this video. Let's go back to the lawn though, and I may just wrap it at that because we're going to be getting back late tonight. Talking about lawn care and trying to adjust my mind into lawn care now. Something I've never dealt with before, guys, and let me just say this up front. For those that are new this year, I don't know if my lawn's going to look very good this year, to be honest with you. I did not aerate. I tried to go about just doing a dethatch. We did that early. We did it at the wrong time to test. You know, can we sow our seed early in late August and then work on the project lawn? That was a terrible mistake. I tested it knowing that was not the time to do it. I did it on purpose as a test, but I wish I hadn't done that test, and I'll never do it again, and I've stated that. But I didn't take the... Now, technically, I could still go get an aerator today and redo my lawn. That's how early we did it, that we're still in the window to overseed, so I'm not counting that out completely. But I think I'm just going to leave it. It is what it is. We sowed some seed. It's kind of come up. I've had to repair almost all the areas because I didn't aerate. I've had to take the garden weasel everywhere to churn up the dirt, put more seed down, and then the seed is really establishing and coming in. But there's something happening right now with all of the moistures. And I know some people complain, Mr. Ferguson, why do you always open your videos with the stinking weather? Nobody gives a crap. Well, that's what a fool says, because the weather has a lot to do with what is happening in our lawn. We've talked about drought, we've talked about heat, we've talked about 90 degrees. The weather is, you have to know the weather to be able to properly maintain your lawn. If you're just incoherent and just ignorant of what's happening with the weather, you don't know what could be happening in your lawn. And obviously the season's changing and all of that. Well, one thing I've not dealt with this time of year that I am absolutely seeing right now is fungus, guys. I don't know specifically if it's rust or another type of fungus, but I am seeing it with all of the water, the tropical storms. We've had 2 tropical storms brush us here in Raleigh. We've had tons of rain day after day. They said it wasn't going to rain the rest of the week. Yesterday, it rained. They can't even predict when it's going to rain and not rain, and it's raining all the time. And I've got sitting moisture in the ditch. I'll show you here in a second. So I just got done spraying an application. I want to discuss that with you as I show you what I'm talking about. I hope it doesn't. I hope I did it soon enough to where it doesn't take out any of the baby grass that I planted. Again, never dealt with this situation before in the past. So as we come off the front porch, color-wise, everything is looking decent, but it's when you drill into specific areas, it's not growing necessarily fast, and I'm like, huh, interesting. And I believe it's because fungus is beginning to set in. Just to give you an example, right here in front of me, you can see clearly we've got some browning here. We've just got some nastiness. You can see on this blade right here in front of me. We've just got, look at that. It almost looks like rust right there, but it's just a nasty, disgusting looking, it's just a fungus. Even on these blades that look like they're new grass, we continue to see it. Look right here, all over this. It's just rust, discolorization. Looks like maybe some dollar spot And this is some of the new grass coming up, so it's being attacked. You know, look at all of this. This is all new grass area. Look at all of the spots and look at all of the discolorization of the grass. And so if that's happening here, clearly I don't need to show you every single spot in my lawn where this is happening. You can kind of get a overview right here above and just kind of glance and see it's happening right here where moisture is just being retained in the lawn. It's still swampy in my friggin' lawn, and it is so aggravating. You know, we needed rain, we needed rain, we needed rain, and now it's like the faucet doesn't quit. You can see, remember that video, guys, where we first started talking about pre-germination? I was reseeding all of this. It looks like it's just basically either washed away that seed that germinated, or it just completely, like it never established. And so I'm going to have to redo all that over again in the ditch area. You still see the standing water in this area. It's just thin everywhere because we're getting non-stop rain, and this is all flowing, and some of this may establish, it may be buried, but I think it's just ended up killing it. And you can see all the standing water there. You can see, if I was to put an overlay up about what we started with as far as the bank, it does look like it has filled in, but it's not like it is, you know, the past several years I've really overseeded and done it properly like we did at the project lawn. Had I done a aeration on this bank, it would already be full, and it would probably be healthy grass by now if I'd done it at the proper time too. It would probably not be suffering with this fungus, who knows. But the application that I've just put down is I put a little bit of the HCU. I took like a scoopful. I didn't even measure it. And it's a totally DIY thing to do. But I just took my 64-ounce GCI cup, grabbed some HCU out of there about halfway, threw it in my tank, as well as with the only fungicide I currently have, which is azoxystrobin. So I've told you guys on Amazon, I'll link it below. There is a good deal. I am going to be using my own links as soon as I get done filming this. I need azoxystrobin and I need propiconazole. I didn't do both because I'm out of propiconazole, and I was like, crap, I need to order that. So we still have areas that are still not coming in, and I've tore this dirt up, I've replanted. It doesn't want to come back. I've not been here before with that. You can see some of the summer weeds with the cooler temps are starting to die off. This is not from herbicide. This is really just from colder temperatures. So some of the summer weeds are beginning to die. I know that the cooler temperatures will definitely help with the growing of this area. It will fill in, but I want it to fill in with the proper grass type. I've never dealt with fungus on this scale in the fall time. And it's early fall, so we're still warm. We're in the 80s, and we're in the upper 60s to low 70s at night. So it makes perfect sense. It's like, it's fall, we're not supposed to have fungus, but it's late summer, and it is squishy out in my lawn to the point I need to mow. You can see all this tall grass over here, but it is squishy in my lawn. And then we got the fungus factor as well. And of course, I'm not bagging my mow because I want to put the clippings on the ground, but you can just kind of see the light colorization here. It's not the crisp dark green fescue like at the project lawn right now. It is that light yellowy color that we hate, that indicates it's either grass that is cold, warm season grass turning, going dormant, or it's what I know this is, which is fungus because of all the wetness. Look at this. Just look at the nastiness. Look at my tire tracks. I mowed before the hurricane came because it was already super tall. I had no choice, and sometimes you just don't have a choice. And what helps my mind is, at least I have a lawn, at least I have my home. I complain, we come out here, we talk about it, but there's people right now buried that don't have water in their area. They just lost everything they have and own. So I'm not taking it as the end of the world, and it really puts things in perspective. But when we were talking about how do you fix this, really, it's just I have to wait upon the Lord. Like, Lord, please let it quit raining. I can't, I've had squishy lawn for a month, and I haven't been able to really mow since the first time I said it was a beauty mow, not a beauty mow, but a necessary mow. The first time we mowed after overseeding, that was the last time it was dry. It was been like a month ago, end of August. And here we are in October. It's rained every single week. And you can just see the nastiness going on. Down here in the middle of my lawn, you guys see it in the background. It's just, we've got spots that continue to not grow in. Spots right here in the middle of the lawn. Water keeps rushing through. We've had established, and if I get in here, you can see the established little seeds right there. You see the little baby grass that's trying to come up. It's trying to make it. But then we get a rain and it washes it all down. And that's the case down here. Fungus, in addition to that, trying to kill it. Water trying to kill it. You remember all the nice grass I showed you down here? All the water just continues to just run down this way. And look at it now. It's almost like completely devastated this area. It's thin. It's back to what it was looking like in the summer. I've thrown more seed down. It's trying to germinate yet again. But we continue to get rain. And even if you see all those little baby germination blades right there, it may be difficult to see it on camera. I'm not sure. But if we continue to get the rain that we've gotten in the past, it just keeps washing the dirt, washing that baby seed away. It's trying to come out. And again, we need to start losing some of the leaves. So in this particular area, some of the sun can help grow this grass. So I'll take a deep breath because I'm just not happy. It's just swampy, it's muddy, it's nasty. It is not like times past, and I didn't go through the proper process in times past to show you. Please go through the proper process. Please, every time you overseed, it is worth the time to rent that aerator, hire a kid for 50 bucks to come aerate your lawn, do the aeration, turn up that dirt, plant your seed, do it properly. We did that at the project lawn. The project lawn is going no problems whatsoever. So it's not so much what's your dirt, it's your seed, it's this, it's that. No, it's doing the proper process. This is the method I used to use in the past before I learned about lawn care, which is just to walk outside, oh, it's time to grow grass, and just throw seed on the ground. And that's not what works. You need to properly overseed. And though I've done it for 2 years, skipped a year, skipped another year, and then was not going to do it again this year and wait till next year, it needs to be done again. And so just want to put that out there. Learn from me. So with that, God bless you guys. It's going to be an eventful day if I get to travel and go up to Western North Carolina. So I'm glad I got that down. So we did a little bit of fertilizer and we did some azoxystrobin, and let me just say I did add the natural adjuvant, so I use the minimal rates of the azoxystrobin. It's supposed to open up the plant so it can quickly absorb that azoxystrobin and work immediately, because that's what I needed to happen. I visually see it. Now a lot of people are going to ask, well, if you put down fungicide, Mr. Ferguson, do you wait for the rain to water that in, or do you let it sit on the blade? When you visually see fungus on your blades, you want that medicine to sit on top of the grass blades and do its work to stop it in its tracks. You don't want to water it in. If you don't see any fungus in your lawn, but you don't want to get fungus, you would want to apply your fungicide and then water that in so that it will have its protective properties be applied. That's what I've heard, that's what I've done, that's what seems to work. So I'm not out here freaking out, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my lawn, but it's just the rain itself has been devastating to trying to get growth in this lawn. It's helpful, but when it's too much, it invites more problems, which is fungus. So be aware. So God bless you guys. We're going to deal with this fungus. We're going to hopefully, with this application, stop it in its tracks. With the nitrogen, we're going to promote some growth, and we're going to begin to cut it off. So I've got to work on my mower a little bit to make sure that bag will apply. We're not putting on a lawn striper. It's not time to beautify this lawn. We're still trying to get it to thicken up with the right grass type. God bless you. We will see you in another video. If I get clips of Western North Carolina, we'll do a separate video. But God bless you. Remember those people in your prayer. We'll see you next time.